Welcome back. This is Mrs. Oakley. This is Unit 2, Lesson 6. We're going to look at long division. Now, I know you've been introduced to it, but this is one of those things that, we got to practice over and over and over until we get it. Okay? All right. The result when dividing is called the quotient. That is the answer. The quotient is the answer. All right. So, to remember the steps for long division, I like to remember the division family. So here's the division family. Dad reminds us that we start off with division. We divide. Then we go on to mom, who reminds us to multiply. Sister reminds us to subtract. And brother reminds us to bring down the next number. And then there's our pet Rover, who we can't forget the dog Rover, who reminds us to repeat or we have a remainder. Okay, so let's use our division family. Remember, Dad says the divide. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at 2 and how many 2's are in 4. Well, I know 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so mom multiplied, sister has to subtract, and that's going to get me 0. Now, brother tells me to bring down the 5. Now, Rover says repeat or remainder. Well, we still have numbers to bring down. And the number down here is bigger than our divisor. So we're going to repeat. We're going to go back to dad. How many 2's are in 5? Well, I know that 2 times 2 is 4. Mom multiplied. Sister subtracts. Gives me 1. Brother says there's still another number I can bring down. 16. And Rover says this number here, 16, is bigger than 2. So go ahead and repeat. Dad says divide. How many 2's are in 16? Well, I know 2 times 8 is 16. So mom multiplied. Sister's going to subtract. 16 minus 16 gives us 0. Brother says, I don't have any more to bring down. And Rover says, the number's lower, so I don't repeat. And there's nothing there, so there's no remainder. So our answer is 228. Great job. Let's try another one. Now, this one's a little bit bigger. I don't know about you, but I don't know this off the top of my head. It's not as easy as the last one. I don't know how many 26's are going to come into these things. So I'm going to take it one number at a time. Can 26 go into 1? Nope. Can 26 go into 11? Nope. Can 26 go into 9? I think so. And I'm going to try 4. 4 times 6 is 24. Carry the 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So it's going to get me 104. Now we multiplied, so now we're subtracting. That gives me 15 left over. Okay, so I'm going to go to brother. Brother's going to say, I have a number I can bring down. Rover says that number's way bigger than 26. So I'm going to repeat. And I'm going to say, Dad says 26 can go into 156 6 times. Well, let's find out. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry the 3. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. I subtract that. I get 0. Brother says no new numbers. Rover says small number, no leftovers. So my answer was, let me go back. My answer was 46. Great job. All right, let's practice this together. How many 12's can go into 4? Well, none. Can it go into 40? Well, let's see. 12, 24, 36. Yep. Okay, so 3 times 12 is 36. Sister is subtracting. Gives me 4. Brother says, I'm going to bring down the 8. And Rover says, wow, that number's bigger than 12. So let's repeat. See how many 12's go into 48. 12, 24, 36, 48. Well, 4 times 12 is 48. Sister's going to subtract. Brother says there's no new numbers to bring down, and Rover says that's a 0. So our answer is 34. All right, let's practice this one again. Can 6 go into 8? Yes, it can. Just one time. So 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract. It gives me 2. I'm going to bring down the 3. 6 goes into 23 3 times, because 3 times 6 is 18. I'm going to subtract. That's going to give me 5. And I'm going to bring down the 2. And I'm going to say 6 can go into 52 8 times. 6 times 8 is 48. Subtract, and that gives me 4. Now, I have no numbers to bring down. 4 is less than 6, so that makes us have a remainder of 4. So our answer is 138, remainder 4. Great job. Okay, now it's your turn. Pause this video and go ahead and work this out. Then come back and see if you got the answer right. All right, so you should have said 2 goes into 4 2 times. You should have multiplied 2 times 2 to get 4, then subtracted it to get 0, then brought down the 5, repeated the process, says 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract that and you get 1. Brother's going to bring down the 8. Now you have 18. Rover says, go ahead and repeat. 2 goes into 18 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18. Subtract that. I get 0. No new numbers to bring down. Rover says we're done. So my answer was 229. Great job. Okay, go ahead and try this one. Now, this one's going to be a little tricky. Go ahead and try. All right, so you should have figured out that 15 doesn't go into 1 and it doesn't go into 12, but it can go into 124 8 times. And here's how I know that. I'm just going to try numbers. 8 times 5 is 40. Put a 0 there, carry the 4. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4 is 12, so it's 120, right? Okay, subtracting it gives me 4. Bringing down the 5 gives me 45. Now I'm back to repeating. So 3 times 15 is 45. If I subtract that, I get 0. And then my answer is 83. Great job. That is the end of your Unit 2, Lesson 6 video. Go ahead and move on to your practice.